As time flows by, embracing life in your golden years. The wheel of life keeps turning, and before we realize it, we've stepped into our later years. Growing older is inevitable, but aging gracefully is an art. Each stage of life has its rhythm, and old age is no different. Facing the unknowns of tomorrow and the curveballs life might throw at us, it's crucial to plan ahead and prepare for what's to come. If we navigate these years without a blueprint, we risk falling into confusion and uncertainty. You might wonder, I've lived most of my life, what should I do now that I'm on my own? To that, I'd like to share some thoughts and practical advice that could help guide you through these years. And if you find these insights useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Thank you for your support. 1. Don't dwell on grief when your partner passes. Losing a lifelong partner is heart-wrenching. Whether you were together for decades or just a few years, the void they leave behind can feel overwhelming. But remember, they wouldn't want you to spend the rest of your days consumed by sadness. Take Mary, a friend of mine from Chicago. After her husband of 40 years, Jack, passed away, she struggled with grief for months. Then, one day, she told herself, Jack would want me to live a full life, even without him. Slowly, she began focusing on her hobbies, gardening, and traveling to see her grandchildren. Life will never be the same, but finding ways to honor their memory by living well can bring peace. Reflect on the storms you've weathered in your life and remind yourself, no matter what happens, you can face it with grace and strength. 2. Think twice before remarrying. Living alone has its perks. When the house grows quiet and loneliness creeps in, it's tempting to seek a new partner. But before jumping into a new relationship, ask yourself, why do I want to remarry? Is it companionship, or am I afraid of being alone? Many seniors, like John from Austin, find that new relationships later in life often come with complications, entwined finances, children from previous marriages, or clashing lifestyles. John remarried after losing his wife, only to find himself entangled in constant arguments over money and household responsibilities. Sometimes, the freedom of living on your own outweighs the compromises of a new partnership. You can watch your favorite TV shows without debate, eat what you like, and travel without having to consult someone else. Living alone doesn't mean being lonely, it means being in charge of your own happiness. 3. Avoid living with your kids. It might seem comforting to move in with your adult children, but often, the reality doesn't match the expectation. Your kids have their own lives, families, and routines. While they love you, they may not have the bandwidth to provide the emotional or social comfort you seek. Take Doris, who moved in with her son in Seattle after her husband's passing. At first, things went smoothly. But soon, she found herself cooking, babysitting, and adjusting her schedule around her son's family. She began to feel more like hired help than a loved family member. Your own space, no matter how modest, gives you the freedom to live on your terms. As the saying goes, there's no place like home. 4. Hold on to your assets, don't hand over everything to your kids. It's easy to feel sentimental and want to provide for your children, but giving away your savings or property prematurely can lead to problems. Without financial security, your independence can be jeopardized. Consider Sarah from Boston, who transferred her home title to her daughter, thinking it was a loving gesture. When disagreements arose, Sarah found herself being asked to move out. This heartbreaking situation is more common than you might think. Keep control of your finances and assets until you're sure you no longer need them. A comfortable cushion can give you peace of mind and ensure you're prepared for unexpected expenses, like medical bills. 5. Travel often, it's the best medicine. Traveling isn't just for the young. Exploring new places can rejuvenate your spirit and provide a fresh perspective on life. Join a group tour, like many retirees in Florida do. Mary, who is 73, recently went on a bus tour through the national parks. She met other seniors, shared laughs, and created new memories, all while soaking in the stunning landscapes of Bryce Canyon and Yellowstone. Travel can remind you of the beauty in the world and the joys that still await you. 6. Install home security cameras for peace of mind. As we age, physical vulnerabilities can increase. Installing security cameras in your home can provide both safety and connection. Emma, a widow living in Maine, installed a smart home system that allows her son to check in remotely. On days she feels a bit lonely, she'll wave at the camera, and her son will give her a quick call to chat. Security systems not only deter potential intruders, but also offer a sense of safety for both you and your loved ones. 7. Stay strong and avoid complaining. It's natural to feel down at times, but constantly sharing your struggles with others can push people away. Instead of focusing on what's missing, share stories of triumph and positivity. Bill from Denver loves telling his friends how he learned to bake artisan bread during the pandemic. His enthusiasm is contagious, and people love being around him because of his uplifting spirit. Your attitude sets the tone for how others perceive you. Show them, and yourself, that you're capable of thriving, no matter the circumstances. 8. Pamper yourself. You deserve it. Whether it's indulging in a spa day, buying that sweater you've had your eye on, or treating yourself to a meal at a fancy restaurant, take the time to spoil yourself. Margaret from New York City often reminds herself, "I worked hard my whole life, why shouldn't I enjoy it now?" She splurges on theater tickets and an occasional trip to a cozy bed and breakfast. Your happiness matters. Take care of yourself not as an obligation, but as an act of self-love. Final thoughts. Plan ahead for a bright future. Life in your golden years is what you make of it. With thoughtful planning and the right mindset, you can create a fulfilling, joyful life. Whether it's traveling, learning new skills, or cherishing your independence, every step you take toward caring for yourself is a step toward happiness. A wise man once said, "Happiness is not something you postpone for the future, it is something you design for the present." Embrace your journey and live every day with purpose. What matters most in a lifetime? Ostrovsky once said, "A person's life should be lived in such a way that when they look back, they do not regret wasted time or feel ashamed of doing nothing." In this lifetime, nothing remains unchanged forever. The most important thing is to live with a clear conscience. Life is often unfair. Some people are born with more advantages and have to give less in return. Some start strong but falter at the finish line. Some can resolve misunderstandings with ease, while others, even after summoning all their courage to speak, are met with ridicule. How you treat others is for your own satisfaction. No matter how the world defines you, don't let it bother you. As long as your conscience is clear and your life feels authentic, that's enough. Avoid envying others' lives. Perhaps what you have is exactly what others yearn for. Life is never perfect. It's the imperfections that make it interesting. Living a carefree life, staying true to yourself, not wasting time, and avoiding aimlessness, that's the best state of living. Let go of outdated memories and stubborn attachments. Cherish the present, both its joys and its pains. Believe in a better future and hold on to hope. A happy life involves being indifferent to the past, appreciating the present, and trusting in the future. Only those who can focus on living in the moment will have a fulfilling life. Those who cry over yesterday will miss the sunrise of tomorrow. Those who care too much about external opinions will eventually disrupt their own rhythm. Regardless of how others live their lives or how your past was, remember this. Ignore people and matters irrelevant to your current life. Listen, watch, touch, and worry less about them. Stick to the life you want. Stay true to your conscience. Avoid laziness. Don't waste time calculating gains and losses. Value your time. That's the best way to live a lifetime. What matters most for an individual? Taishing said, "Humans are born with desires, but the ability to fulfill them will never match their capacity to desire. This is an eternal gap. Instead of chasing the impossible, it's better to be a simple and happy person, eat well, sleep well, and enjoy life." For an individual, the most important thing is self-care. 1. Sleep early, wake early. Good health is fundamental. Staying up late is harmful to the body. Poor sleep habits can take a toll on your health. Only when you are physically well can you have the energy to build your career and enrich your life. Don't sacrifice your health for fleeting desires, like overworking, playing on your phone, or gaming. Nothing and no one is worth compromising your health. Don't wait until the day your ID says you're still young, but your body feels old and exhausted. 2. Eat well, maintain a balanced diet. Food provides both satisfaction and happiness. Don't underestimate the power of a good meal. Those who eat well tend to live happier and longer lives. No matter how tough today is, make time to enjoy a warm, nutritious meal. A full stomach often leads to a lighter heart. Even during life's lowest moments, don't neglect your appetite. 3. Stay calm, avoid anger. A positive mindset is the key to everything. Worrying causes emotional strain, while anger takes a toll on your body. There's an old saying, the most important thing in life is to be happy. Simplify your thoughts and stop overthinking. Most worries are merely a waste of time. Relax, and the answers will come naturally. Remain composed and don't dwell too long on minor grievances. Anger not only harms your body but also ages your appearance. Life is fleeting. If you can't even treat yourself well, how can you expect to live a meaningful life? Don't give too much to unworthy people, and don't sacrifice too much for fame and fortune. When you grow old, you'll realize there's nothing more important than treating yourself with kindness. Today's sharing. I hope this message has brought you some insight. Please consider following our channel for more tips on health and wellness. If this video resonated with you, feel free to like and share it so more people can benefit. Thank you for your support. We look forward to connecting with you again.